to sort of talk about more, maybe just the identity, for the team that you want to forge, and how does that maybe change a bit from last year because you have a new group, so like how will you tweak it with this particular group?
Yeah, part of training camp, especially this season, is learning the players that are on our team. We have a good mix of vets, and even the vets that we have in Lou and AC, they've previously played here, and so first and foremost, our culture is going to be big. The buy into that. Um, we talk identity. If we talk in basketball terms, we want to make sure we're locked in on both sides of the basketball. Defensive presence, have some pace and flow to us offensively, play up tempo. All in all, still kind of learning this group, and so I don't want to present an identity that I have in my mind. Rather, I've been getting a feel for my group and seeing, how they play together, how they lead one another, how they communicate. And maybe ask me that question in a couple of days. I'll have a better summary for you. But for now, Storm basketball is having a standard of excellence at all times. B, obviously giving our all on the court, playing hard, and C, what we do in the community is going to be important for us as well. So model citizens and understanding that playing for the Storm is a blessing. It's a privilege, and a lot comes with that. But yeah, and an identity. I'm still trying to wrap it around with the group that I have because I'm learning them as well. Yes, I got all this stuff in my pocket. Thank you.
With so many additions this offseason, obviously, so many people are talking, excuse me, so many of your players were talking about how this is just such a stacked roster. But which one of those additions just made you so excited to add to this team?
I mean, it started with re-signing Gabby and NECA first and foremost. To have them back alongside Skies and Ezzy was a huge signing for us. Super excited to have AC back. She's left Seattle and blossomed. She's won another championship, and she's had half of the championships here in Seattle. And then Lou coming back to us as well, having her in a season where she had a career highs in a lot of her numbers. Lexi and Lee having come acquiring them is important as well. Lee is an Olympian. Lexi can shoot the hell out of the basketball. So I don't want to say one. I think all of them were very important, but it did start with re-signing Gabby and NECA.
Coach, talking about the new players that are coming in with the players that were already here. Seems like you have a good problem to have, which is a really strong front court. How do you plan on managing the Ezzy, NECA, Dom, and Lee units, and how do you see them adding to each other in specific moments of the game?
Yeah, I think it's, that's just what training camp is for, getting a feel for that. But you're right, it is a great problem to have. If you think about what we did with our points in the paint last year, about 40, I think that's first or second in the league. You think about adding a young, dynamic forward and Dom to that mix. You think about what Lee can contribute as well. She doesn't only do what power fives do, but she stretches the floor at the three, and then she has a good knack for the game. So it's going to be a work in progress. I don't have an answer today, day 2 in training camp, but there's a lot of versatility with our lineups that we can have, whether we're playing big fives or whether we're playing against small ball lineups. And so it's exciting to think about it. I just have to see it. In training camp, we're in day 2, so I haven't fully seen it. But what I've seen within the past couple of days is a lot of great leadership. They're leading each other, an ability to play in a variety of different ways, and sometimes just letting them rock out and play. And some really good things have been happening.
First, quickly, do you have the update on Dom's timetable?
no update yet.
Skylar sort of was not shying away from expectations, called this the most talented roster she's been on, and she's obviously played on some very talented ones in the past. How do you want to approach expectations for the team coming into this season?
I honestly gave it to them in my preseason meeting with them. Usually as a coach, you set the goals that you want for the team. Obviously, the expectation and the standard is always the standard. How we conduct ourselves, being a pro, um, being great teammates to each other, respecting each other. But as far as the goals, I put it on the onus of my players this season. So that slide was blank, and I allowed them to look at each other, look at the group, spend a few days with each other on court, and determine what they think that they can accomplish this year. So they haven't gotten back to me. It was like a little an assignment, but they're really being intentional about what their expectations can be. Hey, girl. Good to see you too.
Can you just talk about at this point in your career how you've evolved as a coach and how you've learned yourself and the style of play and how that now is a part of the leading team?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a finished product, but this, the season of life that I am, I'm 40 now, so I feel like I'm like this wise old lady. Um, it's I feel confident, and I've gotten the reps and the experience. Every off season, I do my due diligence, and I continue to be a student of the game. I'm able to, we retain my staff, and so having Pokey and Eb here is very important. But we've added Mitch and Elijah and Peter as some really good pieces to bolster our roster as a staff, and then just leaning on, my confidence, my knowledge, my preparation, and leaning on the people who are in my circle. I think that Seattle is home. The ownership has done an amazing job in supporting me in my coaching journey. And, this year having had a number 2 pick was new. Like, in my tenure here, we've had 9, 10, 11. So even going through the process of having a lottery pick and what that meant, that was a good experience in learning that. So I feel great. Sky talked about this team being very talented. I agree. And where I'm at in the season of life, I feel like I'm ready to roll as it relates to leading this group. Hi.
What do you do with the team off the field to build camaraderie? Like in the city, at tourists, where are some places you guys visit and go to?
They've actually really this is a good group. They've already, I think they went to the movies the other day. They've had a couple of team dinners. One thing that we do is have accountability partners or accountability crews, and so some team bonding, some team leadership happens every day. I've been in Seattle so long, but you probably couldn't ask me where to go, what to eat, what to do. I'm always in the house, but again, we have a really good team. We'll say it again, a veteran team, but also they like each other. They're getting along, and they're really committed to this culture and keeping it intact. So I hope they're doing things that I'll be proud of off the court. I know they are, but they're from food to music to all of the things, the culture of the city. They're really locked into that.
So you've been doing this for a few years now, kind of the deal at training camp. You talked about the identity. Is that something that kind of forms on its own naturally, or is it something that you as a coaching staff, you guys are kind of implementing every day, harkening on?
Yeah, I think we have daily basic principles. Mine are to be on time, be present, to be a great teammate, be respectful, simple. But within that, if you talk about the basketball realm, especially with this team, though we have vets, I haven't coached a lot of them, and so yeah, a lot of camp is just evaluating the talent, evaluating different lineups, evaluating obviously individual players. But within that, I'm formulating something. In the off season, I can have a vision in my mind, and obviously that vision is having a team that we have put together. But then sometimes on the court, naturally players do things that maybe you didn't think. And so it is, I don't want to, I'm in a state of learning who is on our roster and kind of formulating with our base principles, but formulating what's going to work best with this group.